Okay, I'm going to go through a bunch of search results here with you real quick. I'm not going to be doing a lot with it, but I want to show you some things, and I'm going to give you some suggestions. And of course, you'll have to do your own homework. But for anybody that's awake, that understands and knows that we have microwave ovens at home, right? And we have microwave weapons. We have HARP, okay, radio frequencies. Frequencies can be used as a weapon. I don't know how many of you people are aware of that, but that is very much true. Frequencies, radio waves, all these things that can be used as weapons. So what I've done is I've brought up a bunch of search results, and I'm going to show you what you're looking at here is back in the day when I grew up. Analog. What am I showing you analog for, right? Well, there's a reason. There's a reason to my madness, okay? So anyhow, so I'm showing the old analog T antennas. That's what you're looking at here, is the old analog T antennas that was commonly used for television set for years before Cablevision came along. Believe me, when I was a child, if you didn't have, there's my arrow. If I didn't have one of these devices off the roof of my house, I had no TV. Or I'd have to have one of these. That's right. Or I'd have no TV. But the best device back then was right here. If you had one of these off the roof of your house, then it allowed me to watch TV. I had a whole big choice of Channel 4, Channel 6, and Channel 8. That was my big choices. Yeah, with this antenna. I had 3 channels to choose from. With one of these, I think we only got 1 channel. That was back in the day. That's when I was a kid growing up, okay? So, and then of course everybody knows we went to what? Digital. That's right. We done away with analog, didn't we? Went to digital. So I'm showing you some digital antennas. Not a lot of difference though in some of these antennas that are digital, is there? Actually, the only difference a lot of these antennas is filters. Devices that are added to these antennas to make them digital. That's the reason these 2 antennas right here will remind you, and this one here, and this one here, will remind you of analog. See? See it right here? See these analog antennas? And then you look at these analog or digital antennas. Very similar, ain't they? Except for they have filters, devices added to them that are wired to them that change them over to digital. That's really your only difference. Okay, now believe me, there's a reason for my madness here, so just bear with me. I brought up these searches for a reason, okay? Now we're going to go over to microwave. That's right. We're going to microwave. Oh, big difference, isn't there? Look at the difference when we went to microwave. You see all the different types of, well, you see these all over the place anymore, don't we? We see these everywhere. And then we're going to jump over here to frequency. Why did I do that? Because I want just this little right over here. Microwaves are a form of electromagnet radiation with wave lengths ranging from 1 meter to 1 millimeter with frequencies between 300 megahertz to 1,000 and 300 gigahertz. Okay, right here. Well, maybe that's 100, right? To 1, okay? Different sources define different frequencies, ranges. Now, why did I do that? Well, because see, you got to understand something. Frequencies. Right here, okay? We just changed it right here. Here, let's go to frequencies now. Research is showing that the human brain, do you know anybody that has a human brain? Oh shit, we all do, don't we? That's right. Human brains operate on a wide range of frequencies. Okay? That's correct, right? On a wide range of frequencies. But generally staying in a 4 major levels of awareness, known as beta, 13 to 30 CPS, alpha, 8 to 12 CPS, okay? And then we have 5 to 7 CPS, 1 to 4 CPS. The highest levels is beta in the state of the brain and activity of very awake. So, but there's a reason I'm showing you frequency and the human brain. Because you need to understand, we went from analog to digital. We have microwave, we have frequencies. Believe me, there's a reason why I'm bringing all this up to you. And I'm showing you where frequencies in the human brain, okay? Then we have Wi-Fi. Okay, then we have Wi-Fi right here. Wi-Fi frequencies. Ben's Last Radio Electronics.com, okay? Wi-Fi frequencies. Let's see if I can find the one I was looking at. Bing, bing, bing. There's one down here. I do believe this is the one I was looking at. Bear with me a second. Anyhow, we all know that Wi-Fi is also another form of a frequency. Okay, Wi-Fi has been known to not be good for you, just like what comes out of your computer monitors is not good for you. Just like holding your cell phone up to your ear isn't good for you. So what do we got here? We got cell phone towers, don't we? See the cell phone? So I figured I would show you the cell phone towers. How that got there, I just don't know, okay? Radio frequencies maintain. Main article, radio frequency, radio frequency spectrum, microwave, okay? See, I was looking through all of these for a reason, and I'm going to get to that reason in a second. We have gamma ray, okay? What are microwaves, okay? Then, of course, we have gamma ray, radio waves, gamma rays. So the reason that I'm doing this, or the reason that I've showed you this, is because I want you to think about something for a moment. Our medical industry. You're going to look at me like I'm nuts now, okay, because I'm changing the topic a little bit, but I'm not, okay, you can think I am. Our medical industry for years now, and Big Pharma, have manipulated and fooled the masses into believing they're here for your health, when they're not. They're here for your money. They're not here for your health, they're here for your money. They've been here for your money forever. That's right, forever. Okay? You haven't had a true medical industry that was here for your health since probably back in the Western days. And that's no lie. That's fact. Cancer's been here and was here when I was a kid and still here now, with more people dying of it. They were researching and looking for a cure for cancer 50 years ago, and they're still doing the same now. That's because they already know what causes cancer. And some of what causes cancer is some of the stuff I've showed you already in this video. Yeah, that's a cancer-forming thing. That's a cancer-forming thing. Okay? And we know they also do what? Radiation treatment. Chemotherapy, right? When you get looking right here, which high frequency and X-ray or microwave, when you start researching here, you're going to find out that gamma ray, X-ray, okay, radiation from chemotherapy that they give you in the cancer center all go hand in hand. And what does that do for cancer? Oh, that's right. It don't suppress the cancer. That's their lie. That's been their lie forever. And the sheep will fall for it and believe the lie because it's easier to believe the lie than to believe the facts of the facts. And the facts are chemotherapy will actually spread the cancer. That's right. Spread the cancer. Help it grow faster. Cause more of it. It doesn't suppress it. They know this, and they know they're lying to you. They charge you money to kill you. It's awesome, isn't it? That's what our medical industry does. They've been doing it forever. I'm telling you right now. It's no lie. It's factual truth. So I'm going to ask you something now. We was forced to switch from analog to digital. That's right. Analog antennas don't carry a signal very far, but still carries it a whole lot further than digital could ever carry it. But we were forced over off the analog system, and I'm going to tell you what, there's a reason behind that. We were forced off the analog system because they wanted everything digital because it's easier for them to control. They wanted to use the analog system for other means because analog carries further. The signal in the air. The signal in the air from analog carries further. And of course, some of what I'm going to talk about now is you're not going to find it in your research because it's been scrubbed from the net. Some of what I'm going to say is my opinion based on my understanding and research I've done. And I think there's a very, very, very high chance it's true, but you won't find it. You know why? Have you ever heard what the government loves to call classified? Yeah. You need to realize whenever your government tells you it's classified information, it's classified information, it's classified information, what they're really telling you, it's information you're not allowed to know. It's information you're not allowed to have. They don't want you knowing about it. Why would your government hide the information from you? Oh, it's for national security. No, it's not for national security. It's to keep you from knowing. Period. End of story. Okay? But just the same, we have tons of stuff that's considered classified, don't we? We sure do. So some of what I'm about to tell you, I'll guarantee you, is going to be classified. Okay? I'm not supposed to know this, okay? Sorry, but you're not allowed to know this. You're not supposed to know this. Even though it happened right in your face. What's that you're going to say? Well, if you remember when we switched, because most of you were alive when we went from analog to digital, right? Well, that's because they wanted to free up most of the analog and leave the analog open because analog, like these old analog antennas, carry frequencies and stuff for longer distance. We have HARP. Everybody knows what HARP is. That's right. Active aurora heating up the atmosphere, the ionic atmosphere above us, right? We have chemtrails. And there's been people that's done lab tests on the ground below chemtrails where they've been spraying. And the lab tests from the soil across the United States, the amounts of aluminum, and barium are staggering. They're not normal. So our ground soil is getting, well, we're all being sprayed on. And they're spraying lots of aluminum and barium. I think the barium is what they're using for color. That's just my personal opinion. But we all know what aluminum does, right? Aluminum? It's a great conductor, isn't it? Sure is. It's a great conductor. What happens if you put a frequency to aluminum? It heats it up. Now, if you're running frequencies through aluminum, it heats it up. If there's aluminum through the entire atmosphere because it's sprayed everywhere, well, analog frequency would now travel even further and further and further because that frequency can jump into this aluminum. It's like having a gigantic antenna. It's like our sky from city to city, state to state is one gigantic analog antenna. Do you follow what I'm telling you? This means we can use this and to push frequencies. Now you're going to say, hold on, where am I going with this? Now I'm going to take you back one further. I brought up the medical system for a reason. Because the medical system has never been about saving your life. It's been about lining their pockets. And they have a eugenics program that's been going on for eons now. That's right, eugenics. The practice of killing human beings by other human beings. This is why animals will always be smarter than humans. Because they don't practice killing each other off through their sick, selfish, twisted, psychopathic ways for their own greed and selfishness. Only sick in the head humans do that. So anyhow, I'll go on now. There's something I talked about at the very beginning of the video called analog, right? Now you understand why you have one massive antenna, right? Now let's jump back even further than analog. Let's go back to 1978 when they told everybody that we have to do away with the lead in the paint. And homes that were built before 1978, we had to get rid of the lead from the walls. Because deteriorating lead for years has left children with lead poisoning. I remember doing my research on that about 10, 11, 12 years ago. And I'll tell you what, the epidemic of children with lead poison, with actual lead poisoning from paint, as they're telling you, as they're feeding you, was like 1 in a million, 2 in a million. There was no epidemic. That was a fraud. That was a fake. That was phony, baloney news. That was more propaganda passed to you then. They lied to everybody then. You say, no, they didn't. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And you go, well, why would they do that? Well, it's actually a pretty simple reason. See, it's in your face now. Do you have smart meters? Oh, yes, you do. And what do smart meters do? Oh, they put off frequencies and stuff in the house and people are getting headaches and they're getting this and they're getting that. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. What else do we get from this? Well, we have aluminum in our sky now. Okay, which is a great conductor. We have one gigantic antenna from our chemtrails because we've filled the atmosphere with aluminum that's been shredded into fine dust that will float for a long time in the atmosphere and slowly dip to the ground. That's why they have to keep respraying and keep respraying to keep their antenna in the air so that they can use frequency. Human brain. Hold on, smart meters, frequency. Aluminum in the air, everywhere you go, frequency. Everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, what do we got? Oh, that's right, antennas. We have one big antenna there, okay? So when we remove the lead from the paint, I'm going to ask you something now. I brought up gamma rays. Didn't I not bring that up already? Oh, gosh, I probably lost most of you already, right? Okay? Right here. Why did I bring these up? Microwaves, gamma rays. When you go to the hospital and they do an x-ray, what do? That's right, they put this lead vest thingy on you and they step behind a wall, and that is the only room that all the walls are lined with lead. Why do they do that? Because that's a barrier, that's a shield against these rays, against these type of rays. Well, guess what else that aluminum can do besides just frequency? It can transport these type of rays, just like with the smart meter. So then you wind up with what? You wind up with one big antenna from state to state to state to state, town to town, city to city, through chemtrails. See the skies above these antennas? See the lines? You follow what I'm telling you? Okay? Now we can use this for multi-functions. We can put frequencies through them. We can put gamma rays through them. And if we took the lead and done away with the lead from your homes, you don't have that vest over your house no more. You know that vest that you had in the x-ray room at the hospital? Protecting you from these frequencies, from these gamma rays? You don't have that no more. That's been done away with, hasn't it? Right under your nose. Under the guise that we care about your health and your children. When they've never cared about your health or your children. Never. Only a sucker believes that. So do you follow the point of why I'm doing this video now? I'm just asking you to see if you have any common sense left to understand what I'm telling you. Analog became one big antenna through chemtrails and aluminum. Analog signal carries for long distances. Digital signal carries for zero distances. If you put one gigantic antenna through aluminum in your chemtrails, what do you got? You have analog antennas. Now do you know why they really switched you over to digital? Because they needed to be able to use the skies for the chemtrails and for to, well, you know, now we have multi-functions for our aluminum in the air. That now the levels in the ground are a lot higher than they ever been before because they're spraying our heads with it. And now we've removed the lead from the homes, from the paint. So your lead vest that you got at the emergency room is now not on your house no more. Because your older homes had wood siding, with a lot of your older homes had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coats of paint over the years that all had lead in it. It was a great vest. It protected you. That's right. You don't get that protection no more. Without that protection, what do we see here? Research is showing that the human brain operates on a wide range of frequencies. What will this do for them? Maybe they can put thoughts in your head now. You're going to say, oh, no, I'm nuts. No, I'm not nuts. I'm not nuts at all. See, MK Ultra is the old-fashioned word for mind control. Government stands for mind control. MK Ultra was shut down, you're going to tell me, back in what, 1960s or 70s it was shut down. No, that's when they moved on to their next step of MK Ultra and gave it a new name. That's right, gave it a new name. They never stopped researching the human brain. They understand exactly about the human brain now in all these years. I'll guarantee you they do. I'll guarantee you they can make you think something you never thought they could make you do. See, through the human brain, they can control you. They can make you go do something you don't even remember doing it. They can put a thought in your head you didn't think. They thought for you. You've already heard about them wanting to chip the humans. So don't even go there with me. This is some scary stuff, but I guarantee you this is what's taking place. Right under your nose. So now, they have access to your brain when you're sleeping because you don't got your lead vest on your house no more. Because we removed the lead vest from your house. Our gamma rays, frequencies, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they'll give you, well, no, blah, blah, blah. It's a Faraday cage. You build a Faraday cage to blah, 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 blah. No, 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 no. Some of that's true and some of that's propaganda. Some of that's been spread to furtherly steer you down the rabbit hole. You have to use common sense here. That's why I said there was a madness behind what I had to tell you. All she had to do is think a little bit now. We took the lead out of the paint, we got lead remover, and we started changing everything out on the houses so there was no more lead in the paint. We used your phony, baloney excuse that we care about your health, and many children all over the place will become poisoned from lead. Complete lie. No truth to it. It was really about getting the lead off your houses so that they could penetrate your homes with their frequencies and gamma rays and so on. That's what it was really about. The chemtrails are really about one gigantic analog antenna. Crossed every state. That's what the chemtrails are really about. Guaranteed. Oh, I'm sorry, that's classified information. You're not supposed to know that. Anyhow, do you follow what I'm telling you? If you don't, there's not much I can do for you. I'll talk about this on tonight's show. But I wanted to bring this up. I don't know how many of you understand what I just told you. But anyhow, to the next